Hello, welcome to my life in Spain. My name's Mark, and today I want to talk a little bit about the crisis we just seen in Spain's North African enclave of Ceuta. I can't pronounce it right in Spanish. It's something like Ceuta, but I'm not going to try because when these people say they instead of saying Barcelona, they go Barcelona. It bugs me, so I'm just going to call it Ceuta, okay? Anyway, it happened on Friday. And there's all kinds of conspiracies about what happened, why all of a sudden 60,000+ people broke through Spain's border with Morocco. Now, let me give you a bit of history first of all. The enclaves of Ceuta and Melilla have been Spanish since 1580. That's almost 200 years before the United States was a country. So it's not like a short history that Spain's had with these two enclaves. They are in fact Spanish citizens. The people there speak Spanish. People there feel Spanish. The people there vote in Spanish elections. They're a part of the European Union. So Spain, quite rightly so, was shocked when on Friday the 30th, people started swimming around the breakwater and climbing around the fence to try and get into the Spanish enclave. In the end, more than 60,000 people came. Spain called a national emergency. They sent police reinforcements and the military there. And even though if you don't like Pedro Sánchez, to his credit, he did a good job, I think, with what he did down there. And I think other countries can learn from this. They had all these thousands of people. Number one, the Spanish people in Ceuta, they shut their shops. They locked their doors. They didn't sell these people any food or any water. They had nowhere to go, nothing to eat or drink, unless they went to the beaches and drank from the showers on the beaches. So the people soon realized, oh, they're not going to look after us like all these things we read on social media saying that we'd be welcomed and they'd be happy for us to come. Spain's getting a lot of negative publicity about the amnesty for illegal people in Spain. Now let me put this simply for you. More than 90% of these people that are illegal are from Central and South America. They speak Spanish, they're Catholic, they have the same traditions, so they blend in perfectly in Spain. They're not some Muslims coming here wanting to wear burqas and change everything. They assimilate very easily into Spain. Now, Spain has a problem with aging people. They're not being replaced. Spain needs younger workers. So these workers from South America are absolutely perfect to fill the gaps for Spain. Spain realizes this, that it's got a declining demographic and it needs more people. So this is why they're allowing them to be legal here. And not only allowing them to be legal, it means that they'll start paying taxes, which is a good thing, because right now they're illegal here working in the black, not paying taxes. So I get the point of it. Everywhere else in Europe is so anti-immigrant, but they're getting the wrong kind of immigrants. Spain's lucky in this regard that it can do this, and so could Portugal from its colonies in Brazil. So I'm in favor of it. I don't mind one bit. I mean, I know lots of people here from Central and South America, and they're like the Spanish. They're the same. You know, some of them look a little bit Indian, I suppose. When I say Indian, I mean the South American Indians, or like the Aztecs or Incas or what have you. But no, they blend in perfectly well. So it's not a bad idea. But people are saying, oh, Spain's doing this, it's going to encourage other people. This apparently was social media telling people in Morocco about the Supreme Court here in Spain made a law that they couldn't return people who arrived in these enclaves by sea. And it was completely misinterpreted. So for some reason, it got put on social media. Now, I think Morocco's behind this. Now, before I say about Morocco, let's look at the conspiracy theories online. One of the conspiracy theories is that we all know Donald Trump doesn't like Spain, or doesn't like Pedro Sánchez because of his stance on the Iran war and not letting America use, well, sorry, I'm saying America gets United States use Spain's bases. They have 2 bases in Spain. I've been to the naval base. It's quite nice. And he said, no, you can't use Ceuta or Migrant to bomb Iran. Fair enough, right? So, but Trump got upset about that. I mean, how can you get upset when you don't talk to your partners before you plan something like this? I mean, you know, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I would call up all my partners in NATO and tell them what I was going to do, and you know, could you help here or there or what have you? Can we use your bases? I'd have all this organized before I did something. But Trump's such an idiot; he just goes ahead and does it. So, the conspiracy theory is Trump doesn't like Sanchez. Netanyahu doesn't like Sanchez or Spain because they're more pro-Palestinian. They're calling Israel out for the genocide in Gaza, and that doesn't give Israel a good look, so they don't like it. Now, it's true, Israel and Morocco, after the Abraham Accords, have very close relationship, and so does USA with Morocco. But I don't think that's what it is at all. I think what happened, now it happened to be Mohammed VI, the King of Morocco's birthday on the 30th of July. It celebrated his ascension to the throne in the 1990s. 2 weeks prior to that, Pedro Sánchez was in Algiers, in Algeria, and he was talking to the president of Algeria, saying that we need to strengthen ties with Algeria. Spain needs better ties with Algeria. Now, Morocco and Algeria hate each other over a dispute about the Western Sahara, which Algeria supports the Polisario Front, and Morocco thinks the Western Sahara should belong to Morocco. So the two are at odds. Now, Algeria is Spain's biggest supplier of natural gas. So the economic ties are there, and Spain wants more economic ties with Algeria. Now, something you probably don't know, Algeria is the biggest country, land size, in Africa. It's huge. And it has lots of things that people in Europe want, like minerals and petroleum and gas. So I can see Spain wanting closer ties. It makes sense. This has pissed off Morocco, because Morocco hates Algeria. So what they do, it's the king's ascension to the throne. It's a national holiday. They put all this stuff out on social media, and all these young Moroccan men rush across to Spain thinking they're going to go work in Germany or the Netherlands or wherever and have a better life and make more money. Now, I've been to Morocco. They're not poor. If I had to go by the number of Mercedes cars I saw, they're doing pretty good, a lot of them. So it's not an economic thing, maybe for the very poorest, but Morocco's a developed country. It's not a third world country. It's developed. It has trains, it has trams, it has a bus network, it's got modern roads. Oh, by the way, the King of Morocco's naming one of the big highways in Morocco after Donald Trump. So there you go. That tells you something, doesn't it? The Trump Highway. Trump Highway to hell. Anyway, so I think that's what happened. It was a holiday. Nobody was working. They put this stuff on social media, telling people, go to Spain. So it was done to punish Spain for trying to get better relations with Algeria. Now, what you have to realize that nearly 80 people, and actually probably more than 80 people, died trying to get there. So by putting this stuff on social media, you incited people to go to Morocco, and many of them, go from Morocco to Spain, and many of them lost their lives. Now, these enclaves are Spanish. Like I say, they've been Spanish since 1580. So what do the right-wing politicians do? Like Nigel Farage in the UK, Giorgia Meloni in Italy, and even Donald Trump in America. Trump says, well, if you vote Democrats, this is what you're going to get in America. Meloni says, we want to cut the Schengen rules with Spain because, we don't want to let these people in here. What they're conveniently leaving out is the fact the two enclaves, Ceuta and Melilla, are in North Africa. They're not in mainland Spain. They're not in mainland Spain. So nobody can go from Spain through France, through Belgium, to the Netherlands, to Germany, or to the UK. They're in a little enclave. So Spain, Sanchez called a national emergency. He sent the troops, more police. They didn't give them anything. They didn't give them any water. They didn't give them any food. And most of these people voluntarily walked back to Morocco. Now, there's still a few there, and I doubt they'll get processed. They'll probably get sent back to Morocco as well. Now, maybe that could be a lesson for the UK. When those people arrive in the boats, why don't you just take them back to France? Why are they not staying in France? I'll tell you why. France doesn't give them anything. The UK, they get somewhere to live, they get money, they get looked after. In fact, these migrants are living in hotels that cost hundreds of pounds a week. I don't get it. Don't give them anything and they won't come. So that's a simple answer for you, right? Don't give them anything and they won't come. So that's what needs to be done. Now then, here's the difference. If these people from Morocco had arrived in the UK, there'd be people out in the streets handing them bottles of water, giving them sandwiches and stuff. And do-gooders, I call them. That in Ceuta, they locked the doors, they closed their shops, they gave them nothing. That's what you got to do. Give them nothing and they'll leave. So anyway, that's my little rant about this. I think I'm right that it's probably a spat between Morocco and not liking Sanchez's visit to Algeria. Tell me what you think in the thoughts, if you think I'm right about that, or if you think it's an Israeli-American conspiracy. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this has been interesting, and you'll subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye for now.